Hey folks, I'm Nitesh, the CEO of Curated Connections, and I wanted to show you a new demo of Curated Connections because we just created a completely revamped, drop dead gorgeous product this year, and now's the perfect time to show you everything that it can do for your community. Curated Connections is basically a self-driving community software which comes with an ever-increasing number of tools to help you engage the community on autopilot. So right now we've got 4 tools. One is the automated matchmaking tool, which is our most popular one and which is also the one that we'll be talking about in this video. Apart from that, we created an accountability challenges tool, which is my personal favorite tool. I created to solve my own itch. And then we've got a member directory as well as member-led events, which is in closed beta right now. So let's start with the automated matchmaking tool. This tool is meant to help you foster meaningful automated connections in your community. Let me show you what that looks like. So for example, using this tool, you can have a program that looks something like this. This is another program that I've created. This one uses a completely different vibe. Similarly, we have a cross-industry knowledge exchange program right here. This one uses our retro vibe. So what I want to tell you right now is that you can basically create highly customizable matching algorithms that determine how your members in your community are matched. So these are the sign-up pages that you'll be sending to your members, and all somebody has to do in order to join your networking program is to fill out this form, answer these questions essentially, and they're good to go. So we'll talk more about this form and how to customize it in a moment, but I want to take this moment to emphasize that we have taken care to design Curated Connections in a way that your members never have to log into Curated Connections. That means this is just like filling out any other form that you might share with your members. They visit this link, this unique link that you have, and they just fill out this form here. Now, based upon their answers here, they will start receiving matches over email, and they never have to log into Curated Connections. We don't want your members to have to remember another password and log in, and that's what we've done here. So now, let me tell you about these questions. So you can see here there are 3 accordions. So the first one, these are the most important part of your program. These determine which members get matched with who. As I mentioned, you can change any of these. I'll show you how you can do that in a moment. But when somebody fills these out, what we do is we run a matching algorithm, which you can customize and send them matches. What do those matches look like? Those matches look like here. So we design the match emails to make it feel like your members are being introduced by a mutual friend, which is you. So every email has complete context about this introduction. That is, both the people who are introduced are CC'd on the same email. They have the context about each other at the top of the email, followed the reason for behind their connection, and then we've got scheduling link, which is optional. So members, while filling out this form, they're asked to enter their scheduling link. So that is their Calendly, Savical, cal.com, whatever link if they use in their day-to-day lives, they can enter that here. It's optional, so if somebody doesn't have that, it's no big deal because you can still just get connected and hit reply on this email, and that just sends an email to the other party. That was the core decision behind this design. We want to make it as simple for your members as possible to meet the other person. So you've got the scheduling link right here in the match email, followed by these talking prompts. Talking prompts bring us to the second accordion of the form, which is this one. So these talking prompts, these are optional, but these can help you break ice between 2 strangers. So you can add whatever prompts that you want to, and members will be able to select their preferences, and based upon what both people selected while signing up, the email populates these prompts for them over here. Finally, we have the essential controls that they have. at the bottom of this email. None of this requires them to log into Curated Connections. And I want to stress this because this is also one of the key differentiators between Curated Connections and other platforms, other matchmaking platforms out there. I just hated it as a community manager. I hated it when those platforms asked the members to log into this other place in order to view the connection or talk to them, or like all of that jazz. I hated it as a community manager. You do not want your members to go through that experience, and that's why we have taken care to build this design like from day one. That's what you get. Okay, sounds good. Then finally, we've got the third accordion. This is where we ask members for their name, email, and their like basic identifiers. So first name, email, link to websites, all of that stuff that can help us know who they are. And as soon as members sign up for the service by filling out this form, they are ready to receive introductions on their email. Okay, sound good? This is the magic here. So this is what we've created, the core experience for your members. Okay, now let me show you the dashboard and what it looks like to create these programs. I'm in my dashboard. I already have all of these created and template going on right now. So you can find all templates, a lot of templates right here. Pick and choose whatever you want to. These are templates that we've created based upon the best practices that we have seen, best use cases that we have seen. All of these templates solve a different problem for your community members. Let's say you are running an on-demand course and you want to increase engagement in that course, or maybe reduce the churn for that course. So one of the great ways to do that is to enable connections between your students, and we allow you to do that. Okay, so you can click on the use template button, and this template will be copied to your dashboard. Hit the edit button in order to edit this template, and you're good to go. Okay, this is the form where you create your matching program. You change your name. This is like pre-filled with a lot of information, so you can just remove all of this pre-filled information, edit whatever you want to. I'm gonna keep these here and just go with it to make things quick. And then this is the most important part. This is the block where you add your sign-up questions. So these are like the first set of questions that we have. These are the questions that were created for you when we selected the template. Now you can change, remove, or add any questions here. Let me quickly show you all three. So here, maybe I don't want to serve, and it doesn't have people who haven't started. It's only for people who have more than 1,000 subscribers. So I just deleted these two options and I'm done. Now let's say we don't want this question here, so I can remove this question. Perhaps I can add a new one. I will remove it up over here, and maybe I can talk about which cohort are you in. Maybe I'm running 3 cohorts. So cohort 1, cohort 2, cohort 3. Now I can also make this multi-select if I want to, but it doesn't make sense for this cohort question, so I'm going to keep pressing the select. And finally, I've got this question that determines the frequency of matches. Now this is a question that we add as like a mandatory question for every program. We add it in order to give your members control over the matching frequency. These are your available options. So for my program, I don't want to match people on a weekly basis, like that feels too much, so I'm going to remove this and I'm going to keep all the rest. Let me talk about the prompts that I mentioned earlier. So prompts are these talking prompts, which I mentioned are optional, but we add them in order to help you break the ice. So the same thing with talking prompts. You can edit any prompt that is here, you can delete anything or add a new one right here. Okay, now I'm gonna hit update program and let me show you what it looks like, the final thing. All right, so we got the question right here, the cohort question that we added, and these are the talking prompts, and this is the usual stuff. All right, we just created our program. Now if I want to go to my program page, I can go to the dashboard. So this program that we just created is here. If I go into the dashboard, it has all of this usual information. So when members come in and matches start happening, these cards will start populating with data. that can help you understand how the program is going and keep a pulse on it. And this here is where you edit your program. So let me show you the settings panel now. These settings will allow you to customize the matching algorithm that determines how matches are made. By default, people will be matched based upon the most number of things that they have in common. The algorithm will try to match two people who have like a lot of answers in common. That is the driving force in the algorithm. But sometimes you may want to customize that. So for example, in this cross-industry knowledge exchange program, instead of matching people who have the most number of things in common, I want to match people across industries. So let's say I have B2B SaaS, like I have worked in B2B SaaS and healthcare, but now I want to meet somebody in B2C SaaS and climate. So if I, like as a member, if I select these options, then the algorithm should try to match me with somebody who has the opposite options. So imagine like a person B with experience in climate, B2C SaaS, and let's say e-commerce, healthcare. The algorithm should match these two people. That's what we've done here. You can do these, you can control this matching algorithm in the settings dashboard. So let me take you to the settings for the cross-industry program. Okay. If I go to settings, I will scroll down and select a must match rule. Answers to which of these industries have you worked in must match with which of these industries are you interested in working on. Okay, so we've got these two complementary questions, and I hit save, and now the algorithm has been changed and it will match people who have complementary answers to these questions. Similarly, I can add more rules here. Maybe I want to add like a second rule where I only want to match people who have like similar years of experience. Okay, so now our algorithm has become even more constrained. So not only is it going to try to match people with this criteria, it will also like they must also have this other criteria in common. Okay, so I'm going to remove this for now. But you can do this using the matching algorithms. So for another example, for this mentor-mentee matching program, I can set up the mentor-mentee matching to look like I can use the don't match rules in order to make sure that mentors are matched with mentees and not other mentors. So what I will do is I'll add two don't match rules where I will say don't match people who have the offer mentorship selection with another person who wants to offer mentorship. Okay, and I'll add another question, a similar question, and say don't match people who are seeking a mentor with people who are also seeking a mentor. Okay, so now we kind of, this is like a backwards way of ensuring that only mentors are matched with mentees. Okay, so in this case, I did not add any must match rules, and our algorithm is now ready to match mentors with mentees. So you can see how these can be like powerful. So what these allow you to do is essentially like solve different problems in your community using networking programs. The way I like to think about this is your community is big and not all members want the same types of matches all the time. So you should be creating like multiple programs in order to make sure that members are matching with the right members. So it's like you're gonna offer a buffet to your members. So somebody might want to meet a mentor, somebody might want to meet somebody in another industry, while a third person might want to meet somebody who is like them. So you can serve them all using Curated Connections because we allow you to create as many programs as you want to with your one subscription. This is a program that we've got running, and you will see your members here. All the members matching data will populate right here, and then you can click here to see your member information. This is the interest rate to give you feedback on how members are receiving. Along with this, members will also be asked for feedback on a recurring basis. That looks something like this. Yeah. So members are asked for feedback where they can mention whether they have met somebody or they're still in the scheduling phase or if they've been ghosted. So the settings panel gives you control to automatically take action for ghosting so that you can remove members for not showing up for this many matches. You can change that. So wrapping up, I just advise you to explore this settings panel because we've kept a lot of the powerful stuff here. If you're wondering, whether we support something or not, we likely do, and it's hidden somewhere here in one of these settings. So just explore these settings and also the community settings. These are like community-wide settings that apply to all networking programs. So this one has something interesting, which is a Slack integration. A Slack integration allows you to send matches to members over both email and on Slack. So if your community is running on Slack, then this one makes sense. Also, if your community is running on Slack, you should check out Thread Archive, which is another product that we've got especially for Slack communities, which allows you to save your Slack messages because you don't want Slack to permanently delete your community's wisdom. Yeah, just check it out. A little plug, inside a product demo. Okay, and that's it. That's the product. That's the member networking tool. We've got other tools here, the most notable of which is the challenges tool, but I will talk more about these challenges in another video. They allow you to create a challenge like this one, and yeah, I'll cover that in a different video. Check it out. It will be linked in the description below. But for now, I'm gonna wrap up here. Go to the dashboard, play around with the tool, and if you have any questions, hit me up. My email is always available. It's at desh@curatedconnections.com. Let me know if you end up creating some magic for your members. I would love to hear that story.